not my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved. What a game.
Smack to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Counting and a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not? Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another broadcast here on the Rio Sports Live Network. Tonight we're bringing you women's professional fast-pitch softball as the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave are in town to take on, the Texas Monarchs, traveling in here from San Marcos. It's a hot day. Welcome to the 4th of July here for our broadcast, and thanks for tuning in wherever you may be. We are on a lot of platforms here this evening with this pregame show, which is brought to you by Mott's Building Material, City of South Padre Island, Luke Fruia Motors. Again, we have a lot of followers that have been looking for us on various platforms. So first and foremost, watching us on RSL Channel 1. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be from. Those that are watching from the other platforms, whether it's Apple, Roku, Android television, any of the handheld devices, again, it's on Channel 1. And we welcome those that are watching us tonight on YouTube as we return for a broadcast over on YouTube. Again, it's the Texas Monarchs and the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. Welcome to our pregame show, and we'll be right back with more after this.
This spring, it's time to go outside and get some air. Explore a pirate ship. Or go horseback riding on the beach. And you can't forget about all the fun on the bay. South Padre Island has so much to do for the whole family. Book your spring getaway today. Visit SoPadre.com.
Welcome back here once again on the pregame show, and thanks again for tuning in wherever you may be. Again, we are on our pregame show, and it is brought to you by Luke Fruia Motors, the City of South Padre Island, and Mott's Building Materials. You see the Monarchs over there coming out of the dugout. This is the first of a 3-game series this weekend, beginning here on July 4th. Tomorrow it's a doubleheader under some hot conditions. As we were driving up here today, it was 103 coming up through the waves. And by the time we got here, it cooled down to 97. So tomorrow in the afternoon, first game at 1 o'clock, second game scheduled to be around the 4:30 range for Game 3 of this series, which was originally scheduled for a 4-game series. And then they switched things around because of the threat of the tropical weather that is making its way, well, in this direction, we'll say the least. I could be home tomorrow night and send messages out and tell people up here what's coming, because it sure looks like it's going to come through our house before it comes up in this direction. Again, our pregame show brought to you by Mott's Building Materials, City of South Padre Island, and Luke Fruia Motors. And we'll continue on here with Chris Vasquez in the starting lineups.
Fairgrounds here in Robstown, Texas. Today's game will be between the visiting Texas Monarchs and your Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. It's now time to introduce the starting lineups for both squads. And now, the starting lineup for the Texas Monarchs. Starting in left field, number 12, Briley St. Clair. Batting second and playing second, number 23, Kylie Sand. Batting third and playing center field, number 4, Emily Hott. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 22, Lily Piper. Batting fifth and playing third, number 44, Lewa Day. Batting sixth and playing catcher, number 1, Kelly Torres. Batting seventh and playing DP, number 8, Jada Kearney. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 64, Jenna Keene. Batting ninth and playing shortstop, number 9, Devin Flaherty. And in the circle for the Monarchs today, number 3, Trinity Schlotterbeck. Assistant coaches, Tyler Gunnelson. And head coach, Candice Bachbrader. And the trainer, Alicia Tudel. And we'd like to welcome the rest of the Texas Monarchs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to use the starting lineup for your Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. Leading things off and playing shortstop, number 3, Tatum Anzelto. Batting second, playing left field, number 11, Tate Whitley. Batting third and playing first base, number 6, Trinity Cannon. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 23, Maya Stevenson. Batting fifth and playing DP, number 37, Kelly Lynch. Batting sixth and playing third, number 22, Julia Jimenez. Batting seventh and playing second, number 2, Rylan Wiggins. Batting eighth and doing the dirty work behind the plate, number 44, Michaela Ramos. Batting ninth and playing right field, number 19, Grace Chelaman. And your pitcher here tonight for the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave, number 7, Cassie Valdez. And the rest of your Tidal Wave, assistant coach, Coach Joe Morbido. Your head coach, Coach Blake Miller. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask everyone please rise for our national anthem. Gentlemen, if you have your hat gear, we ask you to kindly remove it at this time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As we tip our hats to all the veterans in the house, especially our coaches, Coach Morbido and Coach Miller. Thank you very much for your service. We appreciate you all. Thank you very much for you all. And we bless all those out there still defending the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, all our servicemen and women. We continue to pray for them as they're out there battling for us. Thank you very much.
And there you have it, the introduction of the players. Chris Vasquez on the microphone, the voice here of the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave for the first season. And as the Tidal Wave take the field, they are set to go. Their record coming in is 2-6 as they take on this Monarch team, which throughout the season is 5-3. The Monarchs in their first series went 1-3 against the Texas Smoke, which we saw last week. And then last week they swept the Adelitas in their 4-game series. All of that play was on their home field as they amassed a record. Against the Smoke in that 1-3 series, they lost the first one 4-2, second one 8-4, third one 8-7, and won their getaway game 5-2. Last week, they won games 8-0, 6-5, 3-1, and 2-0. So the things you take note of is that their pitchers just limited production by an Adelita team, which we saw in week one was quite productive against the Coastal Bend in that 4-game series, resulting in a 2-2 split. We are set to go here in the top of the first inning. Riley St. Clair leads things off, hitting from the left-hand side. She stands in for the Monarchs, and the first pitch is underway, and that's up high for ball one. And instantly, I can already tell you, I'm going to send one of my runners up here on top to change that center field camera as the center fielder's playing over. Next pitch coming over is a strike call, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike on Sinclair. Let's take a look real quick at the starting lineup for the Monarchs. Riley St. Clair, Kaylee Sand, Emily Holt, Lily Pepper, Day, Kelly Torres, Jada Kearney, Gina Keene, and Debbie Flaherty. That's your lineup. Pitch is high for a ball 2. Jammer Ruiz is going to make his way out there, but you can see there. Next pitch coming all the way. 3 balls and a strike on St. Clair. Leading things off here for the Monarchs. Three balls, 1 strike, and the pitch coming. Swinging a foul ball, takes the count full at 3-2. Your defensive alignment, let's take a look first for the Tidal Wave. Cassie Valdez in the circle, Michaela Ramos behind the plate, Trinity Cannon, Rylan Wiggins, Tatum Anzaldo, Julia Jimenez in the infield, Tate Whitley, Grace Shellerman, and Maya Stevenson rounded out left to right in the outfield. Next pitch coming here, a 3-2 pitch. It's hit in the air, deep left field, back. One hops the wall, rounding first base, heading into second base, standing up. It's a double for Briley St. Clair. Takes it opposite field and doubles to start off the ball game. Look on the replay brought to you by Mott's Building Material. You can see that ball well hit and carrying over Tate Whitley out there in left field. Runner at second base. And up steps Kylie Sand. Sand playing second base today. Hits this one in the air, foul ball out of play for strike 1. No ball, 1 strike here on Kylie Sand. Stan stands in, waits for the next one, and it is in there for a strike called. Cassie Valdez, we saw her pitch in the first series and the second. At times she was super strong for this team, for the Tidal Wave. Ready to go with the next one here, and that's away for a ball. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thanks again for tuning in wherever you may be, whether it's on our social media platforms, utilizing the app, the Rio Sports Live app, and watching us on Channel 1, or whether you're watching us on YouTube here this evening. There's a ground ball foul at the plate. Briley St. Clair started it with a double. She's down at second base. Kylie Sand at the plate. Behind in a 1-2 count, Emily Hott stands on deck as the Monarchs try to break on top here in the first inning. Swinging a slap foul ball down the left field side. That's out of play. Sun-soaked field here tonight here in Robstown, Texas. Again, we appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be. If you're on any of our platforms, be sure to help pass the word out to other fans who may want to find out how to watch these games. There's another foul ball straight back to the screen. Count stays at 1-2. You see the fans back there. They were scrambling for some foul balls. Nicole got that one, putting on many, many hats here for the Tidal Wave. Next one coming here. Swinging a shot foul down the third baseline. Count stays at 1-2. Nobody out here in the first inning for the Monarchs. Kylie Sand is ready to go. Just outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You can see Cassie Valdez backed off the rubber area inside that circle. Oftentimes when you see a pitcher do that, they're looking at the umpire like, wait a minute. Next one coming. Swinging a foul ball. Count stays at 2-2. Can you see those pitchers do that when they step away and continue to look in at the umpire? It's that talking without talking. Like, I hit an exact spot where I wanted to go. I thought I painted the corner. You need to give me that call. Home plate umpire right there behind Michaela Ramos said, well, get it a little further over the plate. We're ready to go. Sand back in. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout is the first out of the inning. Sand down on strikes. First strikeout of the game by Cassie Valdez. And it brings in Emily Hott. Hott stands in. Hitting from the left side, first pitch, took it high, ball 1. A double, a strikeout, a runner stays at second base, and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Game scheduled to go 7. See Ramos came out there just to make sure everything was on the right page, pitcher and catcher. Valdez working out there, is ready to go, brings the next one home to Hott. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And you would think that after last week's series with the Texas Smoke, that this Tidal Wave team would put a lot of emphasis on trying to get through the top of the first inning, keep it scoreless, and then see if they can get those bats back to work, which were so productive at times in their opening series on the road. Next one coming here is a ball away. Next pitch is coming. Swing, and that's a foul ball. Riley St. Clair will return back to second base. She started the game with a double for this Texas Monarch team. Still at second base. 1 out, Emily Hott at the plate. That's a strike call for a strikeout, second out of the inning. Cassie Valdez rings up 2 in a row via the strikeout. And it brings in Lily Piper. As Piper steps in, she put on quite a show during batting practice earlier today. We counted multiple home runs when she was standing right here at the plate. First pitch here, and it's a strike called as Valdez is really dialed in right now. For this Tidal Wave team. Piper waits. Takes it away, ball one. Piper playing first base today for the Monarchs. If she can keep the inning going, Lewa Day stands on deck. Runner at second, you see her there. Pitch coming to Piper, swinging a hard hit ball. That's a base hit into left field. Ball bobbled just a bit, they'll get it in. And everybody's safe. Runners at the corners. First and third with 2 outs. Single for Piper. And that brings in Lewa Day. Day steps in. First one coming. Took a ball, laid off a high delivery. 1 ball, no strikes. There's room for you. Come on out to this park. I'm telling you, if you could just fill this park with atmosphere. You got talent galore out there to play the game. Pitch coming here. Swinging a high pop foul back here. Look out at the merchandise table. And all those that were scrambling for foul balls earlier are dodging, ducking, and getting out of the way of that one, waiting for it to finally come to rest. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Day out in front. Couldn't adjust. Count goes to 1-2. Next one coming. Swing and a miss and a strikeout ends the inning. 3 strikeouts in the first inning for Cassie Valdez. As the inning comes to a close for the Monarchs, it's no runs, 2 hits. They'll leave 2 aboard, and we head to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. Tidal Wave will hit after this.
You hear all the time, whenever you hear of San Perlita, it's a basketball team. I'm the boys basketball coach for varsity. I played basketball with a couple of these guys, brothers. Anytime, I had my coaches around, it was like having a mentor in life. That's when I quickly realized, these guys don't just do it for the basketball, it's beyond basketball. It's creating a man out of these young boys at a young age. It goes from meeting your coaches and then them being your mentors, not just in basketball, but in life.
Graduation time. Time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
And welcome back here as we are Rio Sports Live. I'm Joe Bowling with you in Robstown, Texas. This is women's professional fast pitch softball. This is the Tidal Wave taking on the Monarchs. And the Tidal Wave come to the plate. Tatum Anzaldo leading off. First pitch coming to her is a fastball, a little low for ball 1. Monarch pitcher out there is Trinity Schlotterbeck. Working here in the first inning. Anzaldo swings, may have got a piece of that. Strike 1. Evens the count at 1-1 on Anzaldo. It's Anzaldo to lead it off. Tate Whitley behind her. Trinity Cannon. Anybody gets on, Maya Stevenson hits here in the first inning. That one misses for a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Next one grounded foul down the first base side. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out there, that's Jenna Keene in right field. Let's take a look defensively. There's your setup for the Monarchs with Schlotterbeck in the circle. We'll get back to that in a minute. Here's a little fly ball down the left field line. Carries pretty far, and the catch is made for the out. Ansel Doe got into that pretty well opposite field. Flies out for the first out of the inning. And it brings up Tate Whitley. This Tidal Wave team, their bats were pretty much held in check last week for the most part against the Texas Smoke. Pitch here is in there for a strike called. And on paper, you look at this Monarch team and the pitchers they bring, and you really should just take to the plate as if you're going to get a lot of strikes thrown. Pitch coming here. Swinging a shot deep left field. Back it goes. Back, and gone. That's a home run for Tate Whitley. She goes opposite field. And the Tidal Wave jump on top here.
First home run for your Coastal Bend Tidal Wave goes to number 11, Tate Whitley.
Let's take a look at this on the replay brought to you by Mott's Building Material. This is an opposite field shot, and it just carries out of the park for the home run. Tidal Wave up 1-0 on a big swing by Tate Whitley. See that dugout over there with some energy. And again, that's what I was talking about. If they can just hold the Monarchs scoreless in the top half of the first inning, some big things may just happen here. Ball 1. This team certainly showed that they can put together big innings in the first week's series against the Adelitas. That's a pitch in there for a strike called. 1-1 on Trinity Cannon. Cannon playing first base today for the Tidal Wave. Next pitch. Sway or a ball outside. 2 balls and a strike. You're watching this on the Rio Sports Live Network. Load our app if you haven't done so already on whatever device you want to load it on. Roku on television. Foul ball there. Let's go over the television apps. Roku, Rio Sports Live, the app. Amazon Fire, Rio Sports Live, the app. Android television, same thing, Rio Sports Live. Once you've got it loaded, it's live channels. There's 16 of them going 24 hours a day right now, and by the time school starts in August, we may have as many as 40. Pitch coming here. Swinging a shot down the right field line. That's going to carry foul and out of play. Count stays 2-2. So then we talk about the handheld devices. If you want to load our app, do so on Apple or Android using your Play Store or whatever you do to load the app against Rio Sports Live. Maybe the web page. You want to go just straight on a web page, riosportslive.com. Ball a little low. And everything you do once you get there, again, you're looking for channels. And it's just like changing channels on any other app that has multiple television channels. In this case, RSL1. Here's a foul ball. Count stays at 3-2. Now, those watching tonight on YouTube, welcome back as we push broadcast live to YouTube as another platform. Watching on Twitch, hey, welcome there too. Rio Sports Live pushing it out on several platforms. Here's a hard hit ball to short. Base hit into center field. Cannon with a single. Second hit of the inning for the Tidal Wave. And that brings in Maya Stevenson. Down at first is Cannon. Stevenson at the plate. Pitch coming to Maya. Strike call. If you're just joining us, one run across for the Tidal Wave thanks to a Tate Whitley home run. Stevenson waits, takes, strike two. Maya, after a red-hot four-game series in Lubbock, cooled down quite a bit against the Storm, and oftentimes they were pitching directly away from her. Didn't want to give her anything to hit. This one sails away for a ball. Count goes to 1-2. But Stevenson is one of those hitters that on any given pitch, capable of taking it out at any part of the park. Next one. Ball away, throw down to second or first, safe there. Trinity Cannon paying attention over there. Stevenson back in. Ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trinity Schlotterbeck is the pitcher today. Has given up 1 run thus far here in the inning. Still working on Stevenson, who takes ball 4 away, and that's a walk. A hit and a walk, 2 aboard now for the Tidal Wave. And the inning continues as Kelly Lynch steps up. And immediately the Monarchs bring everyone out to talk things over. On a conference here in the bottom of the first inning in Robstown. Yeah, they went 1-3 against the Smoke, and then they swept the Adelitas last week. This is, in reality, the first time they've been on the road this season. And a little different approach when you travel on the road, especially when you're looking at the weather, which everyone is in this area. Wondering, is it going to come early? Are we going to get wet? Are we going to have to play under conditions? And how are we going to get home? We're going to have to outrun rain. All of that comes into play. Kelly Lynch steps in. Lynch hitting for the first time in this ball game. Fouls the first one away for strike 1. Down at first base, Maya Stevenson. At the plate, Kelly Lynch. Swinging a shot, base hit into right field. Late start from second, they'll bring her around. Play coming at the plate, cut off, safe. It's a 2-0 ball game. RBI single for Kelly Lynch. As Lynch gets the RBI, Whitley came around to score. And here's Julia Jimenez. First pitch to Julia. Swinging a shot, base hit into right field. Runner around third. They'll bring her home, and she is safe. The runner down to third. It's a 3-0 game. And those that are watching who may not have tuned in last week, this is more what we saw of this Tidal Wave team. As once they got going, hitting, they were hard to stop. 3 runs across in the innings. Rylan Wiggins is up. Wiggins stands in from the right side. First pitch to her. Swinging, shot down the right field line and deep. Back, a little bit foul. Just sliced foul. And she'll retrieve the bat and come back. Rylan Wiggins. And as I was talking about earlier this inning, when you see a team that's putting up all the low numbers on runs allowed, you just come in with an approach that let's swing the bats. We're going to get some strikes. These pitchers, you don't want to get them where they're controlling. Ball, throw down to second. They'll get the runner hung up, trying to get the runner home from third. Nothing doing. Out at first base. So Jimenez erased on the base paths. 2 outs in the inning. And Kelly Lynch stays down there at third base. She never really felt she had a good chance to break, despite the fact Jimenez tried to give herself up down there after breaking. Foul ball, strike 2 now on Rylan Wiggins. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Wiggins back in. Next one coming. Just inside. Ball 2. And Trinity Schlotterbeck has to do nothing more than to look over at Cassie Valdez and say, did he call that a ball on you? Yes. Okay. I thought it was a strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, base hit into left field, and that'll drive in a run. 4-0 on the RBI single by Rylan Wiggins. Lynch scores. And the 8th hitter to hit in the first inning for the Tidal Wave is Michaela Ramos. And she stands in. First pitch. Ball high. And now I'm going to bring in the second part of what I was going to talk about when you think that if the Tidal Wave can get scoring runs, the run production for the Monarchs hasn't been one of those that just blows you away on the number of runs they score. Here's a shot straight away center field, but right at the center fielder. And the inning will come to an end. Hard hit ball by Ramos right on a line. Tidal Wave will score 4 runs. They'll do so on 5 hits. And we head to the second inning in this ball game. Coastal Bend Tidal Wave on top by the score of 4-0. Back with inning number 2 next.
Mott's Building Materials knows that some paint jobs are more important than others. That's why we pride ourselves on our customer color matching and wide selection of colors and options. Because even though some paint jobs are more important than others, Mott's Building Materials knows that each one is a work of art. Mott's Building Materials.
Cassie Valdez back out in the circle for the home team, Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. And as Valdez steps out to work the second, she has been staked to a 4-run lead. It's a 4-0 ball game here. And the coaches are amped up over there for the Tidal Wave. I talked about the Monarchs and what they've done. And as far as looking at them, as far as a team that scores a lot of runs, well, 8 is the high water mark. They've done so in 3 games played. Check that they did it in just one game, 8-0 shutout last week. They scored 7 runs against the Smoke. In their win against the Smoke, they scored 5 runs, but Cassie Valdez has been staked to a 4-run lead, and Valdez knows, hey, I got a team that on paper they've got some hitters, but they really haven't opened up with anything big on the season just yet. First pitch coming here, and away we go in the second, and that's a line drive. That's a base hit into short right field. One pitch and a single for Kelly Torres, and that's the way it starts. Torres aboard with a single. And Jada Kearney steps in. Kearney, the DP today, hitting for Trinity Schlotterbeck, the pitcher. Takes a strike called there. Runner down at first base. That's Kelly Torres. Led off the inning with a single. Jada Kearney batting from the right side. Swings through that one, strike 2. In the strikeout department, Cassie Valdez had 3 of those in the first inning. Way ahead in the count here against Kearney. Spins the 0-2 home. Swing and a miss, blew it past her for the strikeout. Valdez with her 4th strikeout of the ball game. And that'll bring up Jenna Keene, the number 8 hitter for the Monarchs. They had 2 hits in the first inning, just couldn't push a run across. Keene shows a bunt, takes a strike. And as Keene steps away, she's thinking, okay, that was letter high. If that's the strike zone, okay. We're trying to figure out where it's at, whether it's high, low. Shows a bunt here, takes a ball high. They appeal down at first base, but nothing doing. Pitchers have already established, hey, to the left-handed hitters, outside corner, you better paint the corner and some. Keene stays, waits, pop up out short center field. That's a hit. A little flare single out beyond second base. And Keene aboard. It's first and second now for the Monarchs. Trying to respond to the 4 runs scored by the Tidal Wave in the bottom of the first inning. Debbie Flaherty steps up. Flaherty, the number 9 hitter, playing shortstop today, hits for the first time, and then we're back to the top of the order. Riley St. Clair stands on deck. Swinging a little line foul over on the Tidal Wave side of things. Love shown by Chris. Thank you, sir. Next pitch coming in here from Cassie Valdez. A bunt down the third baseline. One play, no play. Everybody safe. Throw to third. Safe there. That was a close play. Let's take a look at that on the replay brought to you by South Monterey Island. We'll split it up for you. Live action continues on the left side. And watch the play here. Just back ahead of that tag. Bases loaded, 1 out. And that'll go for a single for Flaherty. And Briley St. Clair steps in. Already Briley in the game has a hit. It was a double to start this game off. Skies this one in the air to short stop. Catch made there. Runner, now it's dropped on the exchange. Runner will score. And it's a 4-1 ball game. So Sinclair will be out on the fly, the pop out. She will get the RBI on the sacrifice fly. The other runner stayed at first and second. And Kylie Sand steps in. Sand, a strikeout victim in the first inning, bats again here in the second. Hits this one up the middle, backhanded, step on second, inning over. Nice play over there by Rylan Wiggins. In the inning, for the Monarchs, they'll score a run. They'll do so on 3 hits. Had the bases loaded, 1 out at one time, got 1 run across out of that, and cut into the lead. Enjoyed by the Tidal Wave as we head to the second. Tidal Wave still on top. And they lead 4-1.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen.
Welcome back here to Robstown. Truck Tech, one of our sponsors here. I'm Joe Bowling. Chris Valdez to my right-hand side. We're trying to keep track of a lot of stuff that you guys won't even see on the background. You see a great shot there of the field. That's camera 6 here tonight. There's 5, there's 4, there's 3, there's 2, there's 1. A 6-camera shoot set up here in Robstown for your enjoyment. And so that means up here in the booth, we are scrambling to keep things rolling. Keep track of innings and hits and strikes and all of that. Trinity Schlotterbeck steps back in the circle. Her team got her a run. She gave up 4 in the first inning, and she'll face Schelleman leading things off, and that's ball 1 to Chris Schelleman. Schelleman batting from the left side. It's 9-1-2 in the lineup. That one rolls up there for ball 2. 8 hitters came to the plate for the Tidal Wave in the first inning. 4 of them came around to score. Schelleman starting the second. 2-0. Strike called. Two balls and a strike on Schelleman. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Two strikes on Schelleman. She gets back in. Swinging a ground ball, that's a foul ball. Lily Piper was right down there on the line. Just couldn't get to the ball before it rolled foul. So new life for Schelleman. Next one coming. Check swing, went around, strikeout. Schelleman becomes the first strikeout victim of Trinity Schlotterbeck. Tatum Anzaldo. Anzaldo stands in, flied out to left field her first time up, takes the ball away. Saw a lot of aggressive hitting in the first inning by the Tidal Wave, a lot of first pitch swinging. We saw Slaughterbeck start working away. There's ball 2 inside. Started working away to Shellerman with the first couple of pitches. Sometimes that's by design, just to get batters to be less aggressive coming up there looking for that first pitch strike. Then you get into the pitches you want to throw in there for strikes. In this case, that misses, and it's 3 in a row out of the strike zone. And a 3-0 count on Anzaldo. Behind her is Tate Whitley. Anzaldo could pick out a good one here. Does, grounds it to second. Tough play there, and safe at first base. Kylie Sand got to that ball. Let's take a look on the replay by Mott's Building Materials. And scooping it up, it just couldn't get the transfer. So Anzaldo aboard. And here is Tate Whitley. Homered her first time up. Takes the ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. That home run by Whitley was the first home run for the Tidal Wave this season. There's a ball that's in there for a strike. Umpire's going to say that Whitley crossed the plate with that bunt attempt. Tate with a runner at first and 1 out. Grounds this ball to third, throw to second, out there, over to first, and a double play. Five, 4-3 on the double play. And the Monarchs will try to use that for some momentum as we head into the third. Top of the third coming up. For the Monarchs, they got the big bats coming up. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. We'll have that right after this.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
In Los Fresnos CISD, we are more than neighbors. We are school family and community, bonded by our commitment to quality education for all students. Connect with us today. Los Fresnos CISD. What we do here shapes the world.
You see the team there in the dugout. Up here, I was whistling to the, well, we'll even hear the music. Yeah, it's the Hokey Pokey. That's as close as you'll get me to participating here in the booth. I was whistling to it, okay? Enjoying it. Chris and Trent encouraging me over there to try to get up and dance. Nah, not going to do it. We're in Robstown. Thanks again for tuning in. You see the beautiful view here from the stadium. And if you're thinking about coming out to a game tomorrow, come to the doubleheader. By that time, you'll have all the 4th of July festivities completed. You'll get the barbecue action, and you'll have a Friday to come out, get outdoors, especially with the forecast for Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And you can get a chance to see this women's professional fast pitch softball, this league that started. We got the call about 5 weeks ago that, hey, something's brewing. As ball 1 starts us off, Emily Hott at the plate. And at that time, as I'm going to show you the field again, out there, that wall, which represents the home run wall for softball here wasn't there. That didn't exist. The wall beyond that, that's been here for years. This park has been empty for a long time, and they transformed that into what you see here. There's a strike called, which means, again, I'm going to go to the wide shot. Take a look out there wide. You'll see the grass beyond the infield here. That was all planted. There's a solid bunch of grass out there that had to take root. There's this foul ball. Count evens at 2-2. Emily Hott at the plate. Cassie Valdez back out in the circle for the tidal wave. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Another strikeout for Cassie Valdez. And that's 5 in the game for Cassie Valdez. Lily Piper steps in. Piper, her first trip to the plate, got a single. 1 for 1 on the day. Bats here in the third. Foul tip, strike 1. Little tag team on the camera work. You see Jammer Ruiz with his camera focus in there on Laywood Day. Jermaine up on the high side camera waiting for some action. Pitch coming here to Piper. That's away for a ball. All you look for as a pitcher is consistency, and this umpire has been dead that. Outside pitches, outside is outside in his book, have been called balls all the way through. Here's a ground ball, foul ball. Count goes to 1-2. Over there at third base for the tidal wave, that's Julia Jimenez. Valdez enjoying a 4-1 lead here in this third inning for the tidal wave. Piper waits. Just a weak swing keeps her at the plate. She got a piece of that. And during batting practice, again, Jermaine was watching her. There wasn't many weak swings from the cleanup hitter, as she's hit bomb after bomb out over the wall in batting practice. Bats here, nobody on in the third. Fouls that one away. Count stays at 1-2. See the kids out there retrieving the foul balls. Now, we've seen in the games, whether it was in Lubbock or here, check swing foul, that the players, you talk about this is a professional league, but the players are very accessible. They make themselves accessible to the fans that are here. They wait around. They autograph anything that these kids bring up to them. And so they truly do everything they can for when parents bring someone younger to the ballpark to make it an experience. Pitch coming here. That's a ball away. Count goes to 2-2 on Piper. So again, I encourage, I know we're broadcasting it, that's fine. If you can't get here, you can't get here. But if you can make it a point to come see this in person, this is high-level softball. A lot of these players, go ahead and Google them and look at their production when they were in college. Go further back if you want to look at the high school. They all excelled there. But you're talking about, in this case, Cassie Valdez, a national champion at college level. Pitching, Piper, ground ball, short, throw to first. In time for the out. 2 down, 6-3 on the put out. Three in a row now retired by Cassie Valdez. Lewa Day steps in. First pitch to her. Swing and a miss. A big swing. Strike one. Day a strikeout victim her first time up. She's 0 for 1. Valdez brings the next one. High fly ball into short center field. That's Grace Shelleman, and she'll put it away. And the inning comes to an end. A quick one here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, no walks, and nobody left. 4 in a row retired by Cassie Valdez. We head to the bottom of the third. And it's 4-1, Tidal Wave.
Welcome to MMA, forging tomorrow's leaders.
Welcome back here as we head to the bottom of the third inning, and the Tidal Wave, who lead 4-1, will have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters up. Appreciate you watching wherever you go. Those watching on YouTube, let me give it a message to you real quick. Here's a check swing ground ball to third. Throw to first is in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. I saw a comment someone put up there on YouTube saying, hey, this is a much better presentation than the main feeds. This is us, I like to say, pulling out our other hand from behind my back. We've done games since 2017 here on the RSL network, and thousands of them. Here's a swing and a miss. And when I say thousands, I mean we are in the vicinity of about 6,000 games since we started this thing. Pitch here. Swinging a shot down the line, left field, but a foul ball just off the wall. And you say, well, how can you do that many games? Well, we've got multiple systems. In this case, we've got 16 live channels. But let me give you what I had to get ready for handing out Player of the Game medals. Between now and August 9th, we'll hand out 219 Player of the Game medals. And school isn't even going. We've got the games of Texas. We'll be broadcasting those this year down in Brownsville, which means we'll have venues such as swimming, aquatics, the sand volleyball, basketball, boxing, track and field, all coming your way. Next pitch coming here is a ball. We signed a contract with the International Pony World Series this week. We'll be back there covering multiple fields. Volleyball action all beginning next Monday. Foul ball out of play. And that'll be at a couple of venues with a couple of courts going as the high school teams all tune in or tune up for the season up and coming. But in each of those, I could take multiple cameras and put them into play. Here's a shot down the line. That's a foul ball. So another foul. But when we pull out the stops, such as we do here, I always like to say, oh, so someone says they can do a better broadcast. Well, watch this. I am an athlete, my friends, and I do compete to win. Pitch coming here, swinging a foul ball. So I do appreciate the comments that it's a better looking feed. We work hard at this. The guys that are with me were here. I'm not talking minutes, I'm talking hours before this broadcast, running cables, checking cameras, verifying batteries, getting everything in place. So pass the word out there to other fans that, hey, there's a pretty good game going on. And strike 3 there gets past Maya Stevenson. She becomes the second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game by Trinity Schlotterbeck. And that brings in Kelly Lynch. Lynch got a base hit, drove in a run, scored a run. That was in the first. Hits this one hard. Straight at center fielder. And Emily Hott is right there to put that away. So top side of inning number 3 was quick. 1, 2, 3. Bottom side of inning 3 matches that. Let's head to the 4th. This game is scheduled for 7. And our score, 4-1. Tidal Wave lead. Back after this.
Sunny Glen Children's Home has provided a place of hope for every child since 1936. If you'd like more information on Sunny Glen and the services we offer, please visit us at www.sunnyglen.org.
Back here you see the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave out there finishing up their warm-ups as they head to the top of the 4th inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. Kelly Torres, Jada Kearney, Jenna Keene out there for the Monarchs. Anybody gets on, Debbie Flaherty scheduled to hit. As we are here in the 4th inning of game 1 of a 3-game series between these two teams. Kelly Torres will lead it off. Torres singled and scored a run. That was in the 2nd inning. She'll bat here in the 4th, facing Cassie Valdez. First pitch coming on a bunt. Valdez fields it, throws to first, got her for the out. 1-3 on the put out. Big smile for Cassie Valdez there. She's now retired 5 or make it 6 in a row. Brings in Jada Kearney. Kearney on the game is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That was back in the 2nd inning. Bats here in the 4th. Fouls that one back. Strike 1. Had a good swing. Kearney trying to get on because the next 2 hitters, Jenna Keene and Debbie Flaherty, they both had hits their first trips to the plate. Kearney trying to get something started here in the 4th. Swings and misses there. Strike 2. Valdez, what has she done? How about 1 run on 5 hits? She struck out 5. And again, currently on a string in which she's retired 6 in a row. That just missed for a ball. 1-2. Cassie Valdez, Brownsville Veterans, her high school. Our Lady of the Lake from there at the college level. Ball high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Kearney. Next one coming. Swing and a fly ball deep left, but that's going to be foul. Home run distance by Jada Kearney as she turned on that. But a long foul ball. Share the link, pass the word. Let other people know where you're watching this game, if you will, as a foul ball goes back to the screen. If you haven't loaded our app, I'm appreciative of wherever you're watching this, but please load our app. We had 6,000 loads last Sunday of the app, either on Roku, Amazon Fire, Android. People watching us on the webpage, load the app. That's where the magic happens. Next one, swing and a miss. Strikeout victim is number 6 in the game for Cassie Valdez. Gets Kearney on strikes for a second time in the game. And the string goes to 7 in a row, retired by Cassie Valdez. Again, why load the app? Well, because you can get to the channels easier. Remember, this is live. It'll go from live to pre-recorded on the fly. Here's a foul ball back to the screen. And so you can watch for additional content, including coaches' shows, and we're rolling out more and more content on production levels, signing things up, getting things lined up. Of course, you can also go watch on demand. Ball low in the dirt. And the beauty of the app, the beauty of everything we're doing is you can watch it for free. There's no subscription, there's no pay-per-view. And therefore, when you see me take a break, it is all related around the sponsors on the commercial side that help fund what we do. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count as Valdez took it up the ladder against Jenna Keene. She chased it, missed it for a strike. And now Valdez is a strike away from retiring the side in order yet again. Pop foul. Out of play.
That's another TSI Flow Products foul.
Jenna Keene 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Has to protect the plate here, down 0-2 or 1-2. Grounds that to second. Over to first. And the inning comes to an end. Another 1-2-3 inning. Cassie Valdez in command here in this one. Retires the team in order for a second inning in a row. And sends us to the bottom of the 4th with the Coastal Bend leading our score 4-1. It's 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up for the tidal wave. Julia Jimenez scheduled to lead off right after this break.
Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen.
Back here in Robstown, Texas, women's professional fast pitch softball inaugural season for the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. And they lead this one by the score of 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Julia Jimenez to lead it off, followed by Rylan Wiggins, Michaela Ramos. Anyone gets on, Grace Schelleman will hit. Jimenez at the plate. In the game, has an RBI single. She's 1 for 1 on the day. And bats leading off the 4th. First pitch coming to her. Strike call. Back out in the circle is Trinity Schlotterbeck. Started the game, has given up those 4 runs all in the first inning. 5 hits. Since then, she hasn't allowed a hit or a run. Foul ball. 2 quick strikes on Jimenez. Schletterbeck worked around a one-out error in the second inning. That was the last base runner for the Tidal Wave, as both of these pitchers have definitely dialed it in. Schletterbeck brings it home to Jimenez. Ball low. 2 strikeouts. No walks. By Schletterbeck. Working quickly here in the 4th. Next one coming. Check swing. Did she go around? No, says the first base umpire. And Jimenez breathes a sigh of relief at the plate. Anytime you look down, you're at the mercy of that umpire, you just never know. Inside corner, Carter looking, strikeout. Third strikeout of the game by Schletterbeck. Rylan Wiggins is up. Wiggins got a hit in the first inning. Drove in a run then. Fouls this one, strike one. Over there at third base, that's Lewa Day for this Monarch team. Wiggins gets back in. She was the last player to get a hit for the Tidal Wave back in that first inning. Takes a ball inside. Ready to go is Wiggins. Ball outside. 2 balls and a strike. Check that 3. Thought there was a foul ball in there, but we'll call it 3-0. Thanks, Chris. Wiggins can pick out one she likes. Hits this one a ton. Right field, back, and caught at the wall. Jenna Keene went back there to the base of the wall to reel that one in. Wiggins gave it a ride, but flies out. 2 down. Michaela Ramos will step in. Michaela hit the ball hard, right on a line, straight out to center field. Her first time up. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Hits this one foul down the first base side and out of reach for strike 1. Looking ahead to the 5th inning for the Monarchs, it'll be the 9-hitter, then top of the order, 9-1-2. Monarchs 1 run on 5 hits. Tidal Wave 4 runs on 5 hits. Shot, base hit. There's hit number 6. Clean single, rocketed out to left field for Michaela Ramos. She's aboard. And that ends a streak of 6 in a row retired by Trinity Schletterbeck. And a courtesy runner will check in the game as Rylan Wiggins comes in to run. So Wiggins down there at first. Shellivan at the plate. 0 for 1, a strikeout victim, her first time up. Showed a bunt, took a ball. 1-0. Shellivan struck out in the second inning. Bats here in the 4th. Tidal Wave, top of the order, Anzaldo right behind her. She can move this runner up, keep the inning going with 2 outs. Throw to first base, not in time. Now she'll make a break. Head down to second without a play. Makes a bigger turn as they bobble it again. Checks up at third. Wiggins ends up at third base. now opportunity definitely knocking for the Tidal Wave to come up with a 2-out run. Grace Jelliman at the plate. Digs in. Wanted to swing, took a ball outside. And that's one of those, you see the umpire back there, he even flinches as if like, I want to call that a strike, but he just didn't pull up that right hand. Pitch coming. High fly ball into right center. Center fielder reaches over, makes the catch. Emily Hott took control. And the 2-out rally comes to an end. Tidal Wave stranded a runner at third base. They've stranded 2 in the game. And we head to the 5th. 4 runs scored in the first inning by the Tidal Wave has stuck. They lead it 4-1. Back after this.
I was fortunate enough to meet Marcelino when he was in elementary school. Now he is a co-worker here. I'm very proud of him. Here at San Pedrito ISD, our class sizes are smaller. We get to know our students because we follow them throughout their years, so we're able to make that better connection with them. Because our class sizes are small, we are able to see the kids that are struggling and help them so they don't fall through the cracks.
Welcome to MMA, forging tomorrow's leaders.
Welcome back here to our broadcast here on the RSL Network. I'm Joe Bowling with you as we head into the top of the 5th inning. Let's take a look at the line score in this one. 4 runs for the Tidal Wave in the first, 1 for the Monarchs in the second, and that's it scoring-wise. That line score could be sponsored by you if you want to have your business be a part of what we're doing here on the RSL Network. Pitch 1 is hits Debbie Flaherty. And she'll walk down to first base. And becomes the base runner here to start the 5th. That ends a string of 8 in a row retired by Cassie Valdez. And here's Briley St. Clair. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Showed a bunt. Runner goes, throw to second, and not in time. Stolen base down there. Puts Flaherty in scoring position now as St. Clair. Has a chance to drive in a run. And that brings up some conversations, whether it be in the circle there or another conversation going on out there at shortstop. We'll get a camera on that one there. The infield talked it over, but not necessarily all together. You usually don't see that. They'll meet in the circle, but 2 trios, catcher first and pitcher. Second, short, and third talking things over. Meanwhile, Briley St. Clair back in. Doubled in the first inning, was stranded at third base. Drove in the only run for the Monarchs with a pop fly to shortstop in the second. Pops this one up. Short left field. You could hear Tate Whitley calling everybody off on that one, and she'll record the out. Kylie Sands will step in. Sand is 0 for 2. Struck out in the first. Hit it to second base. In the second. You can see on deck is Emily Holt. High pop-up. Straightaway center field, and that's Grace Chelleman to put that away for the second out. Chelleman with a little dance move out there in center field. 2 away. Emily Hott steps in. Ground ball, foul ball down the first base side. Strike one. Cassie Valdez. See her on the screen there talking things over. Michaela Ramos. Valdez in the game. 1 run allowed. 5 hits. She's hit 1, walked none, and struck out 6. That's a strike called. Now as you see Valdez step out off that circle. She's back in. Next pitch coming. Foul ball. It's one of those that Valdez can finally look over, and she did, looked over right at her coach, and almost like there is the limit. I can get that outside call to get a strike called. She and Trinity Schlotterbeck have been trying to find that sweet spot all game. This is in there for strike 3 called, and the inning comes to an end. Valdez strikes out Emily Hott for a 3rd time in the game. First runner reached hit by a pitch. Other than that, it's nothing doing. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5th inning stretch here in Robstown, Texas. Invite you to come out and join us. Come see us tomorrow for a doubleheader. Watch these professional women softball players. It's right here in your hometown if you're in Corpus or the Corpus area. 1 o'clock start for tomorrow's game. Bottom of the 5th. As you hear the tune, is right after this. We are back here to the strands of deep in the heart of Texas. It's the Monarchs heading back out on the field. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joe Bowling with you here on the Rio Sports Live Network. My wife Dahlia made the trip up here. She wanted to check out one of the suites up here. I know there's suites available. Check out with Nicole. She can put your group into one of the suites. AC, watch the games, especially tomorrow during the doubleheader. And, again, professional softball. Now, I went to see her after we got everything set up, and every door I tried was locked. And she told me the number, and I got to it, and it was locked. And so I was like, well, maybe the other. So I walked all the way up and down, all of them. Couldn't find her. Walked out, looked in the front because there's seats in front of every one of these suites. And she's sitting out there. And I was like, hey, I tried to get in your door. She goes, we locked ourselves in here, so I can't get out of the suite. Here we go, bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch, strike one. So I'm sure they'll find a key and get back out of the suite. Otherwise, she was like, I'm going to have to crawl over the rail to get out of my seats. But she's in the shade. She's happy. Good to go. Pitch coming here. Strike call. Quick 0-2 count on Tatum Anzaldo in the game. Reached on an error. Flied out to left field. Takes ball 1 away. Jermaine back on that camera up there on that dugout, getting that shot of those left-handed hitters. Swinging a deep ball way out of here, but foul, as Anzaldo gave it a ride. Steps back in. Next one coming. Ball away. Yeah, you'll see that a lot. Schlotterbeck, after watching that last ball sail out of here, like, I got a couple of pitches I can work with. You're not getting anything to hit on that one. Wasted it on a dribbler that came down to the plate. Anzaldo hits it on a line. That's a base hit. And for Anzaldo, that's her first hit of the game. Leadoff single here starts us off in the 5th. Brings in Tate Whitley. Running bunt attempt, strike one. Good bunt there. Throw to first is safe at first base. Two aboard for the Tidal Wave as Whitley beats it out for the single. First two have reached here for the Tidal Wave, and here comes the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. This is where the damage was done in the first inning. Again, you look at your line score in this game so far. 4 runs in the first inning for the Tidal Wave. 3 zeros since then. Cassie Valdez has been taking care of business on the top side of these innings. And Trinity Cannon steps in. Cannon on the day is 1 for 2. Skies this one a mile high into center field. Catch is made. Throw to third base. Holds the runner right there. 1 down. And here's Maya Stevenson. Stevenson on the day walked in the first inning, struck out in the 3rd. And she is overdue, my friends. Takes a strike 1. She showed power to all fields in Lubbock. Can reach the fences anywhere she wants. Is just way overdue. Fouls this one away. 2 quick strikes on Maya Stevenson. Another foul ball if she can find it, and she did. Misses there for Stevenson, a 1-2 count. Maya has scored a run in today's game. Takes a ball, that gets away. Runner's going to move up to third and the other one down to second base. Count evens now on Maya Stevenson and a chance to drive in a run or two for the Tidal Wave. See those runners down there at second and third. Stevenson at the plate. Takes the ball away. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Maya Stevenson. I'm telling you, she's overdue. Swing and a shot. Deep left field. Back. It's going to go foul. Maya Stevenson gave that one a ride. I got a holy cow out of a fan below us. Swinging a ground ball here to play it home, and she is out there. Good play there by shortstop Jenna Keene, bringing that ball home. Stevenson will reach. It's runners at first and third now. Take a look at the play on the screen, brought to you by Mott's Building Material. And out there at the plate. Fielder's choice for Stevenson. Kelly Lynch scheduled to hit next. And Malaysia Ochoa just came in as a runner. So Ochoa running for Stevenson. At the plate is Kelly Lynch with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Takes a strike. Schlotterbeck trying to keep it right here. Monarchs have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up next inning. Ball away. They're keeping a good eye down there at Ochoa. It was down there at first base. A lot of times you would think they'll just give that base up. Nothing doing. As Kelly Torres was eyeing her all the way. There's a ground ball to third. Play across in time for the out. And so the inning comes to an end on the ground ball. No runs, 2 hits. No walks, no errors, and a couple left on base for the Tidal Wave. They've had base runners the last couple of innings. Nothing new across the plate. And so our score remains at 4-1. 6th inning is next.
This spring, it's time for mimosas and brunch with the girls. A beachside lunch with the kiddos. Delicious Bayside burgers. And world-famous fried shrimp with a cold one. South Padre Island has your breakfast, lunch, and dinner plans covered. Book your spring getaway today. Visit SoPadre.com.
South Padre Island, one of our sponsors here on the RSL Network, as the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. That's the outfield trio heading out to their positions. Meanwhile, there's Cassie Valdez, who is finishing up her warm-ups here. Little blurry shot there on our pitcher cam. We'll get that corrected. And Valdez doing what you hope as a team to get from your pitcher. You're coming off a series in which you lost 4 in a row. You're facing a team that's coming off a series in which they won 4 in a row. And she has been breezing through this one, limiting this Monarch team to 1 run on 5 hits. Sixth inning rolls around. Again, that line score there can be sponsored by you, my friends. So let me know on realsportslive@gmail.com. Lots of sponsorship opportunities. See that Monarch team all out there on the doorstep of the dugout. Looking for a rally here. First hitter to step to the plate is Lily Piper. Piper on the day, 1 for 2. New right fielder out there. Who is that? Malaysia Choa. Here's a high fly ball into straightaway center field and put away for the out. 1 down. Parr now 1 for 3 in the game. Got a pinch hitter, Susie Brookshire, will check in.
Coming in to pinch hit now for the Monarchs, number 5, Susie Brookshire.
Brookshire stands in, hitting in place of Lewa Day. Swings through that one, strike 1. Valdez now has retired 4 in a row. After one time she retired 7 in a row. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Valdez retired 7 in a row at one time. She hit a batter and now has went right back the next 4. Ball high. So Ochoa out there in right field. See, the lights are on here. Next pitch coming. Swinging a high, deep fly ball way back to left field, and that is gone for a home run. Pinch hitting Susie Brookshire will touch them all. For 2 game. See if we can get it on the replay. Yeah, we'll get it. Watch this swing. Right down central on the pitch, and Brookshire cleared the fence and some. Brings up Kelly Torres. Torres in the game has a hit. She's 1 for 2. She also scored a run for the Monarchs. That was back in the 2nd inning. Hits this one a ton. Deep left center field. That's going to go. It's back to back. As Kelly Torres makes it 4-3. Take a look at that on our split screen replay brought to you by South Padre Island, SoPadre.com. And again, you take one step as an outfielder and you know where that's going. Back-to-back home runs here in the inning. I showed you earlier that dugout over there was on the edge. Monarchs now know any given hitter, in this case, Jada Kearney, can step to the plate representing the tying run. Kearney 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts to show against Cassie Valdez. Cassie brings it home. Swinging another deep ball way out of here, left field. 3 pitches, 3 swings, 3 home runs. Jada Kearney, they're waiting for her at home plate. And a new ball game, we are tied. 4-4 your score. And that'll bring in a new pitcher as Kelly Lynch will come in. Lynch comes in for the tidal wave. Nobody on base, one out in the 6th inning, but it's a 4-4 game back after this. Back here we go in the 6th inning. Jenna Keene steps in, first to face Kelly Lynch. First pitch to her is away for ball 1. The line score on Cassie Valdez, she'll go 5 1/3 inning, giving up 4 runs, 8 hits, striking out 7. There's a ball that misses for ball 2. Lynch in relief, facing Jenna Keene. Tie game, 6th inning. We've seen Kelly Lynch be productive as a pitcher for the tidal wave this season. There's a bunt in the air, foul ball. Gave chase over there for that ball. Julia Jimenez just couldn't quite get there. Keene is ready. So is Lynch. Ground ball. One play to first. Safe there. Keene beats it out for the single. Let's take a look at that replay. Brought to you by Mott's Building Material. And you'll see as this ball was just slowly hit and just beating it out is Keene. She's aboard, and here comes Flaherty. Debbie Flaherty, still 1 out in the inning. Check swing, went around, strike 1. Started with a fly ball out, and then the next 3 were fly balls out of the park. Here's Flaherty. Swing and a miss, throw to second, safe there, stolen base. Down at second is Jenna Keene. Kelly Lynch a strike away from the second out. Misses away. Flaherty's been up twice. She's been on twice. She's singled in the second. She was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Hits this one on the ground to second. Throw to first is in time. Another runner down to third base. 2 down, and here's the top of the order. This is Briley St. Clair. St. Clair has been effective hitting today. Pulled it back, took ball 1. She doubled to start the game. She had a little pop-up pass or out to short. It was caught and dropped and drove in a run with that sacrifice, then flied out to left field. Takes a ball just away. Lynch in relief of Valdez. Brings it to St. Clair. Strike called. Two balls, 1 strike on Briley St. Clair. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count goes to 2-2. Sinclair gets back in. That's fouled out of play.
That's another Volt BC foul ball. Head into the twisted lemonade stand, so while you're there, get a twisted lemonade.
See him chasing that foul ball down over there. Next one coming to St. Clair. Swinging a shot. Short from her knees. She'll make the play. Tatum Anzaldo makes a play. And it ends the inning. But what an inning it was for the Monarchs. They'll score 3 runs. They'll do so on 3 hits, back-to-back-to-back home runs. And we've got a new game heading to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 4-4 game. Back after this.
Man, I would see Julian when he was 3-4 years old, running around the house, and I would always tell him, man, he let that road runner go. It was difficult for them to catch Julian. You could see the athleticism that Julian had. There was just something in Julian that you can tell that. That's just who Julian is. Julian's a fighter.
Marce has known Julian since he was little. That's one of the pluses here at our school. You go to big schools where kids might just be a number. Here in San Perlita, kids have a name.
They're out there doing the Macarena on the dugout. You too could join them out there for a game. We got a doubleheader tomorrow here. 1 o'clock with the first game. 4 o'clock scheduled start for game 2 tomorrow, which will be game 3 of this series. And then the tidal wave will be on the road next week. Again, they do everything they can to make it enjoyable for the kids that come here, the younger ones, here at the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. And I'm going to say it until I see the stands full. If this place were full, the atmosphere, these athletes certainly play at a high level. First pitch. And away we go. Julia Jimenez leading off this 6th. Called time, gets back in. Swinging a ground ball, that's softly hit. Third baseman gets to it, throws across in time. 4-3 on the putout. And I talk about how good they are. Take a look at this play on the replay by Mott's Building Material to end the 6th inning. This is a throw from her knees. And that's not easy to do. First pitch here, swinging a shot right at the second baseman, caught. 2 down. Line drive right to Kylie Sand. Sand having some fun out there after making the catch. And here's Michaela Ramos. Ramos on the day has a single. She also hit the ball hard out to center field. Is 1 for 2. Hits this one on the ground. What a play at first base. Unassisted, step on, inning over. I'll keep saying it. They can play, my friends. These are professionals. No runs, no hits, no errors, no walks, nobody left. This game goes to the 7th, and nothing is decided. It's 4-4.
Mott's Building Materials knows that some paint jobs are more important than others. That's why we pride ourselves on our customer color matching and wide selection of colors and options. Because even though some paint jobs are more important than others, Mott's Building Materials knows that each one is a work of art. Mott's Building Materials.
Back here on the RSL Network to the strands of Neil Diamond in Sweet Caroline. Hey, we've got that in our store, our record store, Forever Memories in San Benito, Texas. 20,000 vinyl records on display and counting. So we put out a couple hundred just the other day. You see the fans out there tuning up for some Sweet Caroline. Meanwhile, this game heads into the 7th inning. And with a quick look at our unsponsored line score, you see early scoring for the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave and late scoring now for the Monarchs have us at this 4-3 venture here in the 7th. And it's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Monarchs coming up. Kelly Lynch back out to pitch. Came in relief. Now, some of those young fans, they don't even have any idea how to react to Sweet Caroline. Jermaine has that camera on them. Now, those fans, there, you see she's into it. They know what's coming. Here we go, 7th inning. Kylie Sand stands in. Sand steps in. In the game 0 for 3, most of that was against Cassie Valdez, or all of that was. Did she foul that? Sand in the game against Valdez, struck out in the 1st inning, grounded to 2nd, and then she flied out in the 5th. Bats here in the 7th. Fouls it back. I'll check with Chris if that first pitch was a strike or a ball. 0-2, we'll see. It was a foul ball. Sand trying to get on ahead of Emily Hott. Lily Piper also scheduled a hit. These are the big guns for the Monarchs. That misses for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next one is coming. Swing and a miss. Lynch gets a second one by her, so it's 2-2. So she didn't foul the first pitch. Count should be 2-2. Sand waits, hits out in the air, in play to left field for the out. One down. Brings up Emily Hott. That's 10. This is Sarah Fessler. Fessler at the plate. Shoulder bunt. That's a strike. So Fessler hitting for the first time on the day. Emily Hott struggled at the plate today. Three trips, 3 strikeouts. Fessler hitting here in the 7th, trying to get a base runner aboard. Takes the ball. If Lynch can keep it here, Tidal Wave will have the 9 hitter leading off, and then it's the top of the order. Perhaps some early fireworks here in Robstown. Ball inside. Go to this high shot. You can see the lights are on. Still plenty of daylight, so the 4th of July festivities really haven't kicked off as far as firework display. Pitch coming to Fessler. Swinging a ground ball to short. Anzaldo gets a job done again. 6-3 on the put out. And if you're wondering if Tatum Anzaldo can play at short, yeah, she can play. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Lily Piper. Now, Piper in the game, singled in the first inning, grounded out in the 3rd, flied out in the 6th. And if you're looking for someone due based on how she did in pregame warm-ups, batting practice, she's due. Ground ball, cut off, and that's going to be safe at first. Jimenez stepped in front of Anzaldo. And a runner aboard here for the Monarchs. And now Susie Brookshire, who got the big inning started in the 6th inning, steps up. Homered her last time up. Swing and a miss, strike 1. She was going for her 2nd home run of the game there. Her home run was a string of what ended up being 3 in a row on 3 consecutive pitches. Next one coming. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 is Kelly Lynch coming right after her. Lynch in relief for Cassie Valdez. Cassie's like, be careful here. I had her 0-2 as well. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. And Lynch does what she needed to do. In the inning, no runs, no hits, one error, 1 left. And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Monarchs trying to get their first home win of the season. Again, it's 9-1 and 2 in the lineup coming up. We're tied at 4 apiece.
I'm the new athletic director here. I started here 13 years ago, and 13 years ago, our juniors and seniors were in 1st grade and kindergarten. As they grew through their lower elementaries, I taught them in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And now, I've coached them their freshman year, their junior year, their sophomore years, and even this year, their senior year. That's one of the pluses here at our school. We're such a close-knit family type of community. You go to big schools where kids might just be a number. Here in San Perlita, kids have a name.
The men in blue out there in between innings here as we are in the bottom side, the home side, if you will, in Robstown, Texas, of game number 1 of a 3-game series. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, One run across for the Tidal Wave will be a celebration of their first home victory of the season if they can get that done. Back out to work is Trinity Schlotterbeck. First hitter coming at. Grace Jelliman. Jelliman steps in. In the game, Grace is 0 for 2. Hits this one on a line. That is caught. It carried out to center field. Jelliman hit it hard. Take a look here on the replay, brought to you by Mott's Building Material. Just right to center field. It got there in a hurry, too. Anzaldo takes a ball. Anzaldo in the game has a hit. She's reached on an error as well. Takes a ball. Anzaldo's been on base twice. Whitley behind her has been on base twice, including a home run. So there's been base runners at the top of this order for the Tidal Wave here today. That's in there for a strike. Anzaldo waiting for Schlotterbeck to at least throw a strike. Now she'll dig in at the plate. Swing and a foul ball. So Schlotterbeck, after missing on the first two, comes back to get 2 strikes. And another souvenir there for a fan. She's real happy about that. Dad's like, let me see that. Here's the pitch. Anzaldo takes it in the dirt for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Share the link, pass the word, let other fans know what's going on. Hey, there's fireworks coming later tonight, 4th of July. How about some fireworks here to close out women's professional softball here from Robstown? Swinging a high fly ball. Center field, that's going to stay in the park. Back it goes, though. Back. That's it between the gap. Anzaldo's got some speed. She'll head to third. Check up there. It's a triple. Her second hit of the game, and I'm not sure left and center field out there, Hott and St. Clair, were on the same page. They both looked up like that ball was going to be the others, or they thought it was hit hard enough it was going to carry out of here. They got over there, and so Anzaldo, watch the celebration there in the dugout for her getting that triple. And now a conversation there you see for the Monarchs. And there's a lot of things that could finish this game off. For the home team, Tidal Wave. Winning run stands right there at third base. Infield all still talking it over after coach leaves. And there's the, and here comes Tate Whitley. And Tate Whitley had a home run to start this game in her first at bat. Takes ball 1 just outside. Third baseman playing in, a step on the bag. Everybody will come home on the infield. But again, Anzaldo's got some speed. Swing and a miss, or a ground ball. They'll call it a foul ball off her foot. Count evens at 1-1 on Whitley. Again, show that alignment. Again, first base in, everybody in on the infield. They're coming home, but Anzaldo's got a lot of speed. Pitch coming to Whitley. Took a strike. Schlotterbeck has 3 strikeouts in the game. Make it 4 with one, three strikeouts in the game. Could use a strikeout here. Whitley could end the game right here. Waits, hits it on the ground, off the pitcher. Anzaldo makes a break for home. She is safe, and the Tidal Wave win it. A ball hit off the pitcher, and the Tidal Wave win this one by the score of 5-4. Tate Whitley will get the RBI and her 3rd hit of the game, driving in 2, and we're going to give our player of the game to Tate Whitley of the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. Having some fun there with their first home win of the season. Their record goes to 3-5 on the year with the victory here over the Texas Monarchs. Our postgame show brought to you by Mott's Building Material, by the City of South Padre Island, and by Luke Fruya Motors. Do appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be, and inviting you to watch these games on replay. They'll be available on demand. They'll also be available on replay on our channels. You've been watching this on channel RSL1. Again, the Texas Monarchs and the Coastal Bend Tidal Wave. Our final score is 5-4 for Jermaine Clark on the camera, for Jammer Ruiz on the camera, for my wife Dahlia just supporting me and trying to pull all of this together. My thanks to everyone, all the sponsors that tuned in, and all the fans that watched this game throughout. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Reminding you it's a doubleheader tomorrow. We'll be right back here at Robstown. Watch it if you can. Come show up. Let's fill these stands. Let's let these women see that fans can come out and support women's professional softball. From this time till next time, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Joe Bowling. Our player of the game, Tate Whitley. So long.
I've got my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens. Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a 3. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for 2. The field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved.
What a game. Smack to the left. That is gone. Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Count it. And a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts.